This is the plaintiff, Karen Milliner. She says the defendant is her son, and he owes her money for a U-Haul she rented for him. Son or no son, she wants and needs her money returned. And if it takes this lawsuit to get her $2,142.94, then so be it. This is the defendant, Sean Milliner. He says the plaintiff, his dear mother, agreed to help him out, and now that he's happy and in a good place in his life, she's coming after him for this money for some reason. Bottom line, he was never supposed to pay his mother back, and isn't going to now. He's accused of letting mommy down.
All parties, please raise your right hands. People's Court is now in session. The Honorable Judge Marilyn Leon presiding. Litigants have been sworn, Your Honor.
Thank you, Douglas.
You're welcome.
Ms. Milliner, you are suing your son for $2,142.94, the cost of a U-Haul rental in your name that your son asked you to take out for him. Why couldn't he just put the U-Haul in his own name?
Because he was blackballed. He owed them.
Oh, how did he get blackballed?
He rented a U-Haul from them before and didn't pay.
And kept the U-Haul for extra days?
Yeah, something like that, yeah.
Okay, so he's blackballed, so you rent it for him, and then he does the exact same thing that caused him to get blackballed.
Exactly. And put me on the hook.
You didn't see this coming? You didn't see that coming?
No.
All right, tell me what happened.
On July 28th, I was at the dentist. I got a call from the defendant. Mom, can you do me a favor? Can you rent me a trailer? I want to put my stuff in storage. So I said, well, who's helping you? He said, oh, I'm doing it by myself. So I said, okay, I'll meet you at your house. I met him at his house, and then we drove to the U-Haul place. We get to the U-Haul place, and he was talking to the lady that worked there. So he was like, well, I can't rent it on my own, so my mother's going to rent it for me. So I signed my name to it, but he used his credit card to pay what I thought he was paying locally for Suffolk County.
Okay.
So
and you thought he was just going to rent it for a day? Or how long did you think he was going to rent it for?
For a day. I thought he was taking his stuff to put it in storage in Suffolk County.
And then what happens?
On the 1st, I get a text from U-Haul, and it said for me to call them. I called them, and they said that I had a balance because the trailer was returned in Kissimmee.
In Florida?
In Florida.
He got the local pricing, but he used it to go to Florida and returned it in Florida, exactly. And then they wanted their other money.
Exactly.
And if it was on his credit card, why didn't they just charge it on his credit card?
They did. It wouldn't go through. They said it wouldn't go through.
Mr. Milliner, what's going on?
Yes, so I was moving from Long Island to Florida, and my mother knew about the U-Haul trailer incident that I had the first time because it was real last minute. We ended up, the place that we was in, there was a foreclosed house, so we had to move back. I didn't really have the money the first time, but she knew, and she told me that I didn't have to worry about it and that she would take care of it because I'm not going to make it in Florida. It's negative. They're miserable. They don't even love me. So she knew that I was moving to Florida.
Why is there a bill of $2,142.94?
I originally went there on my own to get it, and they knew that I was moving to Florida. But when I could not get it, I called my mother, and she has said, "Don't worry about the money because she had."
Here's the thing. Maybe I'm not very smart, but when I go to U-Haul and I rent it, they tell me where you're going. I tell them I'm going to Florida. Then they say, "Here's your rate." So what did you tell U-Haul instead of telling them that you're going to Florida? Because the reason there's a balance on the account is because it wasn't paid, because you paid less. So you probably didn't tell them you were going to Florida.
At first, it was storage. But then she knew, because I brought her stuff to her house before I left. I told her, don't call me no more.
I don't care if she knew. I'm trying to understand why you didn't pay for it. If your credit card was used to pay for it that day.
Because she stated that
Then
she
why
was going
didn't
to
you pay
take
for
care
the
of it.
full
She
bill?
stated that she was going to take care of it. She
She
stated
doesn't
that
look
she was
like
going
someone
to
who
take care
wants
of
to
it.
take care of it.
No,
She
yeah,
doesn't
yeah,
look like
because
she
she's
wants
putting
to
on the
take
show.
care of it.
Because she's putting on a show. They're miserable. She's mad because I moved. After losing my twin brother and my father, they treated me like a piece of dirt. So that's why. That's why now we are going through this. My
When you say
mother,
they
my
treated me like
sisters, they live in that house miserable. And I'm not there. They always used to use me to come here, fix this, fix that. When the house got raided 2 days before I left, who was the first one that was there? Me, fixing her door, doing everything. But yet they don't call my kids. My kids can never sleep over. Whenever I needed something, they would never help me, but I was always there to help them. But now that I'm gone and I'm happy and I'm living my life, everything is falling into place. Now we have to move backwards to this misery. I'm not dealing with that.
Right, but here's the thing. No, you are dealing with that. That's why we're in the middle of a trial. Mr. Milliner, I have to determine whether or not you agreed to pay this amount and you failed to pay it.
She stated that she was going to pay it for me.
Oh.
Okay, you're going to have to prove that. Did you ever tell him you'd eat $2,142.94? Did you ever tell him you'd eat that?
No, as far as I knew, it was going into storage in Suffolk County, and that's what he paid.
All right, so I'm looking at the texts she sends to you. And excuse me, ma'am. Pay your bill, loser, $2,112.94 to U-Haul, and I will stop texting you. To which you respond to your mother, stop telling people you paid me rent, you liar. And she responds, whether I did or didn't, you loser, pay your U-Haul bill, $21,12.94, and your errands and the bill you left with the barber shop.
It turned into misery. This was nonstop.
I should have never.
I had to block her phone number.
Mr. Milliner, I am not Dr. Phil. I am not a therapist. I'm trying to figure out who was supposed to pay the bill, and then that's the person who's going to pay the bill.
She stated.
I know you keep repeating yourself, but we're going to look at the text because you know what the text.
That's what I'm gonna stand at.
The text happened before there's a motive to lie. So let's look at the text and what do the text say? I should have never rented the trailer for you. The whole family, she says, is going to know how grimy you are.
And that's what she did. She started calling family, calling me a deadbeat. Like,
and then you respond, oh, that doesn't sound like somebody who said they were going to give it to you. It sounds like you're lying when you say that then. Okay, U-Haul the only thing. Well, that sounds like you know you're supposed to pay the U-Haul.
Because I'm tired of her texting me. You don't understand what I go through with her. I can state my case. If she wins, she win. If she lose, she lose. After today, she can treat me as if I'm still dead. I don't want to see her. She don't text me, don't call me. I just want this over with. I want this part of my life done and over with, where she could go live in her own miserable, negative household. I'm done. She's wrong. I'm not wrong, and I just want it to be over with. I have no mother. I'm done with her.
Well, whether you like it or not, you do have a mother. You respond, the U-Haul is the only thing, which is you acknowledging that you owe the U-Haul. And she responds, no, F you. I wish Stephen and your father was still alive. They would have kicked your grimy behind.
See? Yeah.
And that's your father and your brother? Yeah.
My twin brother. That I had twin girls born the same day that I lost my father. So all that negativity that she go through, I don't care no more. I'm living my life, and I'm living my life for me and mine. She can stay in her household and forget about me. Just that simple. She don't got her other twin son, her husband, or she don't got me. Simple.
I am going to rule in favor of Ms. Milliner. It's obvious that you were supposed to pay this. I think you feel that maybe she owes it to you. I think that's what's going on. But
they used me. They used me. And I don't care.
Given the text where you say, okay, the U-Haul's the only thing I owe.
Because I want her to stop texting me.
The thing you owe. $2,142.94. Verdict for the plaintiff.
Sean Milliner, let me ask you, Sean, the court case is over. The judge is found against you. How do you feel about it? What's your reaction?
My reaction is that now this part of my life is finally done and over. As she stated in text and as she always said, she was her other son and her husband was here instead of me. They can't use me. She's more miserable about that because now I'm done. I'm winning in the end.
You can feel that way, but legally it's a different story. Ms. Milliner, let me ask you how you feel about what your son has been saying here. He obviously wants nothing to do with you.
It's fine with me. Good riddance. I just wanted him to pay the bill, and it's getting paid.
So you're not concerned, huh? Doesn't bother you? You
I
don't
miss
want
my
anything to do with him
grandkids,
either, do you?
but no.
All right, what a tragedy. Indeed, what a tragedy. A family falling apart right in front of us.
He came to court and said, well, this was a gift. She just gave it to me as a gift, and it was intended as a gift. But the texts between mother and son tell a different story.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
I mean,
and if you have no proof that it's a gift, see, when someone says he's supposed to pay me back, and the other person says no, this was a gift, you've got to prove it was a gift. And so if there's no proof, then you look at the circumstances. When a judge is trying to decide, is this a loan or a gift? When it's $2,000 something,
Right.
because you told U-Haul you were doing local,
Right.
and then what you do is take a U-Haul to another state, I
1,800
think
miles
you
away.
know that that's, not a gift. That's $2,000,
Right.
And if he's complaining that they treated him poorly, his mother was never going to bestow $2,000 upon him.
No. I mean, really, come on. It was almost $2,500 for this trailer. I don't know exactly what they cost, but you could probably buy a used, 4x8 or 5x7, whatever size small trailer for that.
I think he probably told his mother, "Oh, let them just blackball you."
Right.
Because that's how he runs his life.
Just walk away.
Right.
Right.
And she wouldn't do it, and that's what he's so mad at.
So Kurt wants to know this. Hey, Harvey, can a business legally refuse to accept bills greater than $20? Isn't money money, and shouldn't all denominations have to be accepted? Well, they can put a sign up, and I've seen this before where they say, look, we're not going to cash anything bigger than a $50 bill. There is nothing illegal about that, especially if it's a large denomination. So, look, there's a lot going on in this country and a lot of things that are really tough right now. This is not one of them.